So, hello, Taurus, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racy, and I'm going to be giving the message for you today. This is for Taurus and those with strong or significant Taurian placements in their chart for the month of May. All right, I'll be using some custom decks that I put together. This is my Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine Tarot. There are 4 different decks combined in these to create these energies. And then I'm going to be using my Beyond Lemuria deck to get some guidance, right, for the month of May. Those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I have no sugarcoating. I have no filter. I just read how I read. So if that is not your thing, you have kids around, just don't appreciate that kind of message, that's fine. I'm always very respectful of that. And I give you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, Taurus, we are getting into your vibrations for May. So starting with the Divine Masculine aspect, right? The Divine Masculine aspect is the mind, it's the headspace, it's the choice making, it's the willpower, right? We're going to get into those. Where is your masculine energy for May? Spirit, please, where is Taurus's masculine energy for May? What is going on with Taurus? All right, so we have the Strength card, the Moon, and the 7 of Wands. Keep in mind, Taurus, things that you find yourself reacting very passionately about, especially if you're defending yourself or defending your stance on something. Understand the mirror, right? Because the Moon is about childhood wounding and projection of that wounding. So if you're coming off very proud or coming off very strong or coming off very passionate about something, it is tied to some kind of wounding or illusion stemming from your childhood, right? Stemming from your youth, which is why you're creating this quarrel or disconnect with someone else, that you're feeling out of alignment with them. Anytime you're quarreling with someone else or being defensive about something, or find yourself in heated debate, something like that, where you're defending yourself, there's a certain part of you that could potentially not be accepting of how you may also be in the very vibration that you're up against, right? When it comes to that person, it's like same, but different, but still same, right? Same, but different, but still same. It's that exact kind of energy. You're not very different from that person or their beliefs if they're what is mirroring in your experience. There might be a certain part of yourself, like a strong suit that they possess, that is not necessarily your strong suit. And you might be fighting your strong suit or allowing it to become your strength as opposed to it being your weakness, and viewing them and what they are as weak, right? Or incorrect, whatever word you would like to put on it. Just be aware, if you're roaring in any which way, shape, or form, if you're being passionate or excitable about something, it's because they're reflecting an aspect of yourself that you're struggling with. Whether you're struggling to accept it because it's a strength of theirs that you don't see as a strength within yourself, or you're having a hard time forgiving it because it's an old facet of yourself that you haven't come to terms with yet, right? An old facet of the wounding that you haven't found forgiveness yet, right? So be really aware of that for May, as far as where your head is. All right. Where is your divine feminine aspect? Divine feminine energy is receptive. Divine feminine energy is the heart space. It's the feelings. We have the 8 of Swords, the Mother of Wands, or the Queen of Wands. What else? Where else is the heart space for Taurus for May? The heart space is what shows us our alignment. How we feel is a very key indicator of where our aligned energy is. All right, needing to alchemize. And we have several cards that fall under it. Queen of Pentacles twice, flanking the Hierophant. Again with the Eight of Swords and the Star card. All right. So listen. The reason why this is where your head is at is because subconsciously on the feminine level, what you're feeling as if with the Eight of Swords doubled, it's a mental prison or a capped perspective, not being able to see beyond yourself, not being able to see from the eyes of another, being super protective of things that you have created, things that you want to bring into the reality, right? Your egoic mind that has attached to a certain creation. But it is the snake, right? This is a card. This is the snake and she's protecting her eggs, right? Be aware that you might be protecting your woundings or trying to hide your woundings, which only causes them to ripple and become more. What we don't heal within ourselves, we project on other people. Other people take it personal and they become woundings that that person inherits. Be aware that you're not being limited in your own perspective, right? That you're not stubbornly being rigid in how you believe either people can be or situations can unfold, right? Feeling as if your anger or your passion is a positive tool when in fact it's a pain ripple that you might not be consciously aware of. The Temperance card coming in is to find that alchemy, understanding the beauty in the pain and how you can grow from it, how you can become more of value in your ripple and what you're projecting out there when you better understand the base elements that you're working with, right? It's like turning lead into gold, taking parts of yourself or part of your history that were painful to be taken in as a part of your belief system that had created negative ripples, experiences that repeat in energy throughout your life, whether it's the basis of distrusting someone or the basis of being proud and righteous or whatever it is, right? This is understanding the alchemy of those things and saying, you know what, I do know what those things feel like. They're not my prettiest moments. They're not my best look. And I can use my understanding of those things and turn them into a positive. I can be grateful for acknowledging what I was and that I no longer want to be that, right? I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be viewed this way. I don't want to leave people feeling upset or less than or whatever, right? I don't want to be stubborn. I want to be able to grow. I want to be able to evolve. I want to be able to take on new perspectives, new ideas, beliefs that better serve me, right? Beliefs that better serve me. It's the healing of the mental prison with the Star card being flanked by the Eight of Swords. This is the healing of the mental prison, feeling trapped in your own mindset and what you're able to manifest, because the Queen of Pentacles follows. And the Queen of Pentacles in this deck following the Eight of Swords, you realize that your mental prison is not manifesting anything pleasant. You know, this Queen of Pentacles specifically in this deck, like I said, this is a 4-deck combination of cards, so that this specific Queen of Pentacles came out of that deck. You're realizing that your mental prisons or your mental blocks, where you're having a hard time shifting perspective outside of yourself and perceiving from the eyes of another, is not creating happiness. It's not creating happiness. I mean, you might simply have the belief that you need to work hard, you need to work consistent, and as long as you're working and making the money, then you're satisfied with life. Everything works out, and sometimes life experience is just shitty and work sucks and blah, 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 when maybe there's a whole nother way that you can earn money, right? Figure out what your mental block is if you think that you need to work hard, work a 9-to-5, and yada, yada, yada to be successful. Maybe there's another way to be successful, right? So, whatever belief you have, whatever perspective you have, that's causing you pain or hurt, go back in your childhood. Where did you learn it from, and where did you learn that it was okay? Did your father work a 9 to 5 and run himself into the ground and hate his job, but it created stability, and so therefore it's acceptable? You know what I mean? Even though he was unhappy, right? As an example, what your mental prison is specific for you, right? Especially depending on what house Taurus rules in your birth chart. The Queen of Pentacles on both sides of the Hierophant, understand, because this Queen of Pentacles is very different, right? It goes from the sad Queen to the Hierophant, which is about understanding the Akashic history, the Akashic records, letting life be your best teacher, letting your experience be your best teacher, learning from family, like, because this one specifically is a tree, right? The Hierophant himself is an actual tree, a very wise old tree with deep roots. The roots are as big and vast as the trunk itself, right? So understand the history, and understanding it is key to understanding how you are, why you are the way you are, and how that needs to shift in its manifestation. Because this queen is holding a coin, the sad queen is holding a coin, but this one is holding what looks like an energy ball or a light ball with a green, looks like a green lotus in the middle. And she's got this crown of light, right? This aura, like a halo of light with the sun above her head. It's reaching a certain amount of enlightenment when it comes to creation and allowing your trust in the divine flow of things. You really don't have to work as hard. If you're working really, really, really hard at something and not reaping the results that you want, then how are you swimming upstream against the flow when you really could just be flowing to where you need to be, right? What is more in alignment with you? When you take the focus off maybe the monetary value or the 3D world life value of something and focus on the energetic value of something, what feels better? What brings you more peace, right? This is about adjusting how you feel. If how you feel is like you're protecting what you've created and you're trying to keep it safe, like maybe you own a car and you don't want to lose it, you're protecting your car, that's why you stay at this job. Maybe you own a home or you're paying rent or you're paying bills and you can't fall behind because you've built and birthed great credit, right? Whatever it is that you're protecting, that you're maintaining something that is not fulfilling. Work on expanding your beliefs, right? Expanding your mind and saying, you know what, just because this way has worked in the creation of it doesn't mean it's the only way that can work in maintaining it, right? Open your mind to new possibilities about what can benefit you as far as not being afraid of losing what it is that you're bringing into the reality, right? You don't need to focus on the needs or the fear of loss so much as you need to focus on your own energetic abundance and know what that manifests for you. Being in a high vibration of trust and faith and joy and creation and compassion of service, like those kinds of things align you with miracle vibrations. Right? Things just start to happen and they start to fall into place. It's like that serendipity, right? When things just start falling into place, right time, you know, it's just everything starts to work out because you're in a state of flow instead of a place of resistance, right? If you find yourself defending something, ask yourself why you're defending it, right? Ask yourself, why are you defending it? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of change? Are you afraid of loss? Because if you're acting from a place of fear, what manifests is the sad Queen of Pentacles, right? And that's in need of healing. You don't actually want to act from a place of loss or a place of fear. a space of feeling like you need to protect yourself from negative things happening, because what we're focusing on ends up what manifests, right? So if you focus on positively aligned things, focused on trusting it'll all work out, focus on trusting you're at your job for a reason, focusing you're in this relationship for a reason, focusing on things being the way they are for a reason, and that if it's not exactly what you want, then you also trust that what you want will align itself with you, and all you simply have to do is be aware that it's coming and accept it when it shows up, in divine trust, right? Getting in touch with your intuition that says, you know what, I don't need to believe all of the things I used to believe. I can believe more. I don't necessarily need to disregard it altogether, but I can most definitely expand my beliefs into something more, right? And focus on the vibration of more. So coming in with guidance for Taurus, please, Spirit, for the month of May. Let's see what we have. Starseer, card number 46. And like, you know, this is the star card that we have. Look at that. This is seeing the healing. Seeing the healing and seeing the magic of your ripple. Being able to understand the higher perspective of things, why it was so important to utilize a certain belief system for a certain time that's no longer adequate. It's no longer effective and efficient for what you're moving into. So let's read just a bit of this for you. Starseer. It says, listen to your intuition. Trust the holistic journey. Dreams finding their way into being. The bigger picture. A more aligned outcome than expected. And clarity of the greater path. Have you ever been headed towards a specific destination, but instead of it being where you ended up, the journey was the catalyst for getting you where you were meant to go? Have you ever felt the universe was conspiring against you and nothing seemed to be working out as planned, but then everything came together in a way that was so perfect? This card is about the journey not going as planned, but the outcome being better than you thought possible. When we set our dreams and intentions, internal or external shifts may need to occur before we start to see results. Outdated doors may need to close. Ideas that are holding you back may need to transform. This is exactly what this is talking about, right? This whole reading. Life's winding roads may make it seem as though you are off the path, despite how right your decisions may feel. Trust and know that your higher self may have bigger plans for you. There might be some adventures on the way, or not. The road you take depends on how ready you are and the distance between your current life and the one you're dreaming into being. This card depicts intuition as a goddess. She is lifting you out of the clouds of confusion and mind noise and showing you the clear way forward. She is your higher self and can see your great potential. Trust your instincts and have faith in your dream. You are already on your way. You have to already be on your way. You wouldn't be resonating to this reading. Right? There are certain things, your intuition, we're talking about the feminine energy, that you're very well aware of. If you feel stuck, it's because you are. You are stuck. And what has to change is the perspective. Right? What has to change is the perspective. If you're working your ass into the ground at a job you hate to maintain a specific car, maintain a specific place to live, or maintain whatever, do you really need those things the way you have them? Would you rather have a really nice expensive car and all of the fucking stress that comes along with maintaining it? Or could you really drive a car that's maybe not so fancy, not so new, and downgrade your bill to something super affordable that if you wanted to switch your jobs into something that you loved, you could still afford it and not stress? Right? Look at what you place importance on. Are you placing importance on the material things to your detriment? Or are you placing the importance on your spiritual energy and what that creates an opportunity? Right? Maybe you want to go on a cross-country trip, but you don't want to put the miles on your brand new car. But maybe you wouldn't care if you had an older model. Maybe you wouldn't care about the miles. And you would go on that trip cross-country. You know what I mean? It's what the vibration manifests when you take worry or pride, even with the Strength card, taking pride out of it. Pride in your possessions. It's not that you can't have nice things. It's just, are those nice things capping your ability to feel and live better? Right? That's the ultimate question. Is your attachment to things hindering your ability to live freely without fear, worry, or limitations? How can you free yourself, right? Follow your feel-goods. Follow your feel-goods. Whatever answers you need, they are within you. Whatever solutions are available, they are within you. It's just you won't know how available they are until you accept that it's possible. Like, oh no, I could never do that. I could never do that. Well, it's a solution though. All you have to do is accept that it's possible. And let it open doors, right? Let it open doors, because we're closing old doors. So Taurus, I hope that helps. This is Divine Rebel Racy signing off. Until next time, love each other. And most importantly, love yourselves. Bye.